Everybody's still accounted for. 6 babies and the mom. Mama's always looking out. Why they all survived. I only see 3 this morning. Two there and one somewhere up here. It's so hard to find in a camera. They're so small. Sorry, my dogs are yanking on my arm after a squirrel. I don't know where the other ones are. Here's a couple more. 2 more with the teenager. Oh, I think they're all accounted for, because there's the mom or dad with a couple more. So I think everybody's got a couple. We're still all alive, survived another day. So the teenager has become a babysitter. Here we go. They do make their way around this entire pond already during the day. Hey guys, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. Today's just going to be a quick tutorial. I'm just going to compare a whole bunch of chameleon powders today. So I'm going to do this little flower mold. It only holds 2 ounces of resin. And I'm also going to compare this metallic next to the chameleon powders. So these are the ones that I chose. There are 7 flowers on this mold. So I chose 7 different colors. Some are from Let's Resin and some are from Temu. I do have a whole bunch over here that I have not used, but we're just going to use these 7 and we're going to see how they compare in this resin flower. So let's get started. I'm just going to start in these stems. I thought about doing them green, but I didn't have, obviously, a metallic green, and I wanted to try the metallic, so I'm going to use this metallic gold. I will link everything in the description below, so if you're wondering where I got any of these things, or if you want them, I'll make it easy for you. So I'm just going to paint these in before I do, and get the sides, you know, you don't want to forget the sides. And I want to see how they are compare to the chameleon powders. And then in a tutorial coming up, I am going to compare the same chameleon powders in the same mold, but I'm going to fill it one with black and one with either a clear or a white, just so I can show you that there is a big difference on your ending results with the color that you choose to put in your pigments. So that that video will be coming up soon. So look out for that one if you're interested to see just how different they do come out. People automatically just fill it with black. But I have learned that I'm not going to automatically fill it with black anymore because it has disappointed me in the past. I'm just going to tap these out. And then if this powder gets anywhere I don't want it, I am going to go in and clean these flowers out with alcohol because I don't want any extra residue in there because you will see it. So if it gets somewhere you don't want it, make sure you clean it off because you will see it. Whichever powder is touching your silicone first is the powder you're going to see. It's not like painting with paints and you can mix them and see them all. Nope. Whatever sticks to the silicone, that's it. That's what you get. I'm assuming this is going to be very metallic-y, I hope, when it comes out of the mold. I have all kinds of metallic ones. I haven't really used them yet. I haven't really gotten into the metallics, but I don't usually do a lot of molds that I have to put the paint in first. But some of these little ones, that's what you have to do unless you want to use a whole bunch of different color inks. I guess you could drop your alcohol inks first and then pour in clear resin as well in something like this and just let it spread naturally and the result will be a surprise. I've done that before. It's not always great, but it's not always bad either. So I guess it depends on the inks and where you get them and how much are in it and its location. There's so many factors that come into play. I'm just trying to get all these sides here. And I just tap it out on my bench. That just stops it from floating. I think I got it all. All right, now I'm going to go in and grab a bigger brush. This is my alcohol. Just fill that up. I just want to go in here and get the excess off, and I will wipe it with a paper towel. Just to make sure it's all off. So just take your time. There's no rush. I mean, if you're starting a project and you have a time limit, then I don't think I'd be starting the project if you want it to be a good job. Okay, that's how I clean it. I'm just going to pause you and come back when the whole thing is clean. All right, I'm just going to go in one at a time. This one is called Grape. This one is by Let's Resin. And each one is actually, I don't want to use that brush. That brush is wet from washing it out. Just going to go in one at a time and cover these really well. And I will fast forward this for you so you don't get bored. I'm trying to make this a quick tutorial today, not long and drawn out. I know everybody's got things to do, but I don't want to take up a whole bunch of your time. But I do appreciate you guys coming in to watch. If you guys have not yet done so, please subscribe. It does help me out tremendously. I do really appreciate all of you that already have subscribed and for coming back again to watch what I'm doing. If you guys have any suggestions on what you want to see, please drop them in the comments or drop any comments. I do like to read all of them. And I do try to get back to everybody, especially if you have questions. So just sit back and enjoy this little paint job. I've got 2 ounces of resin mixed. I'm just going to mix up my pigment paste. This is by Just Resin, the white, titanium white. So make sure you mix it well first. Wipe off your stick. You don't need that much. It's going to make this pretty white. And we are going to see the difference in color from white and black. Generally, people like to fill it with black. I'm not going to do that today. It's pretty white. Actually, I want to flip my stick over and make sure it is out. Okay, it is. It's because I have all the white pigment on here. I didn't know for sure. All right, I'm just going to get this poured in. No big deal. White does, for some reason, take longer to cure. I don't know why, if it's the pigment, but anytime I do something in white, it takes much longer. It's bendy for quite a while. So hopefully I'll be able to get this out tomorrow. It'll flow into each other, but I don't want to wait, so I'm just going to do these separate spots. And make sure it's all filled up pretty good. All right, guys, I have a little extra. I'll make something extra out of those. So we will see you tomorrow. All right, guys, it's ready to unveil. I did take it out early when it was bendy, because if you saw my video the other day of the Tree of Life, if you did not, I'll link it below. But what I did to that one was made the branches go in different waves and prop things up underneath it. So there was a little bit of movement. So I did that to this one too. So here's the big reveal, even though it's still propped up. So if you could see what I've done, I've taken my little magnet things. Okay, good. It looks pretty good. And I've just propped up the different areas of the flowers that I wanted to stay high, to give it a little bit of movement. Oh, let me get back down. But it came out really pretty. I like the colors with the white in the back. I used white to fill it, remember? And it came out really pretty. Still color changing. What do you guys think? How do you like it? I think the colors come out more pastel color when you use white to fill it instead of the black. So if you watch tomorrow's video, tomorrow I'm going to do an experiment to show you the difference of filling your mold with black and clear and how different the colors will be coming out. So stay tuned for that, and then I'll use this one as the white to show you the 3 different options you have when you're filling with your chameleon powders. Now that's for chameleon powders, not for regular mica. Regular mica will react differently. So I may do another video on just regular mica. But anyway, this is the finished product. As you can see from the side, they are sticking up here and there to give it a little bit of movement. And I will get you guys some final photos so you can get a closer look. Thank you all for coming in today. I will see you again tomorrow. You all have a blessed rest of your day. See ya. Bye-bye.